The Veiled Heritance is a cult of Altmer supremacists that openly defy the rule of the Aldmeri Dominion under the rule of Queen Ayrenn. But of course, nobody is born an Altmer supremacist, and in today's audiobook we get a first-hand experience of the radicalization of the son of a smith into a fanatic cultist through his personal journal. This book draws a surprisingly nuanced picture of the path of radicalization by aggregating experiences of frustration and hardship that can lead to bigotry. Let your imagination run wild or read along to The Life in the Eagle's Shadow. Enjoy! Life in the Eagle's Shadow. First Morning Star. A new year and a new start. Cyrune agreed to be my betrothed last night. I'm the luckiest Mer in Matheson. I've already made arrangements with Yondine to use the forge. I'm going to melt down my father's old blade and use it as the base for a ring of Mara. But decent steel is good enough for the troops, right? It will be good enough for my true heart. Third Sun's Dawn. The heralds are shouting in every square across the island. There is a new queen, and we are now part of some kind of alliance with the Wood Elves and the Khajiit of all people. The Aldmeri Dominion, they are calling it. I couldn't be prouder, but father has done nothing but grumble. He says letting those kind of folk onto the island will be bad for business. 10th Sun's Dawn. Cyrune and I sneaked out in the middle of the night and made for Skywatch. It was so exciting, bedding down by the side of the road, like we are in the Fighters Guild. The handbills telling us of the parade have been all over the island, and we decided we couldn't let something like this pass us by. I'll be thrice cursed by the old Mer, I know it, but damn him for a fool. Miss a chance to see the Queen, the Main, and the Bosmer Tree Thanes hot on your life. 11th Sun's Dawn. If today was any indication, father was right. The parade was amazing, with Her Majesty leading a phalanx of marines up the path to the gates. Then came the Tree Thanes with their wily jungle rangers, Vindusk I think someone said, and then the Main with those braids. Amazing to see the Khajiit warriors on display. Much more pleasing than the furry sneak thief I caught with his hand in my coin purse. I tried to catch him before he made off, but he dove between some of those damn dog workers who were so obsessed with their frog races they didn't even look up. And then he was gone. Cyrune said it was alright that we just leave earlier than we'd planned. Damn it. I just hate to let her down. 17th Sun's Dawn. Damn them all! Everything has been a mess since Cyrune and I came back from Skywatch. Father was furious that we'd left, and when I told him how many coins that cat took, old bastard hasn't beaten me like that since I was learning the forge. Then, a few days ago, they pulled all of us into the Forge Master's office. Condolin had gotten word that, with the new alliance, Tradesmer can start hiring some of those folk. Tossing a certain number of jobs to them would net you extra coin from the Thalmor. And so he dropped father's contract. Been with the forge for decades, and now catmen and cannibals are doing the job. All because of the damned alliance. Father's beside himself. About the steel more than anything, says they won't know how to cure it right. Stars above, what is happening? Second First Seat. My life is ruined. I'm on the run and everyone I knew and loved hates me. Damn the Dominion and our smiling queen to boot. It all started when that recruiter for the Battle Reef came to town. He was looking for volunteers for the Dominion military. When no one came forward, he said he'd been empowered to take conscripts. He tapped me and Cyrune's brother. He also grabbed the twins, Teleriel and Teneriel, shoved us into a line with a gang of others, and started us down the road. We weren't a mile before Teneriel snapped, went crazy, screaming about how he couldn't fight dark elves, that they use your body to hatch spiders in. He made a break for it, and a bunch of us used the chance to run as well. I'm holed up in a cave near Ayrenn. My father is penniless. My bride-to-be will soon think me a traitor. The damned cats and runty elves are taking over the island, and the military is putting children on the front lines. This isn't the homeland I grew up in. 5th First Seed. I was reduced to trying to steal something for my evening meal and, of course, I was caught. I slipped into Ayrenn after dusk, the smell of some delicious whitefish wafting on the breeze. I hadn't eaten anything worthwhile since the morning the recruiter came into town, when I had that delicious spiced bread Ayrunn's mother made. I slipped into town and tracked the smell to the local inn. I was trying to figure out how to get into the kitchen when a big, beefy hand fell on my shoulder. One of the Cannon Reef's men. He knew exactly what I was doing, almost like he'd been watching me since I got into town. Now I'm sitting in a cell underneath the Reef's manse, waiting his justice. At least they let me keep the journal here. Damn you, Ayrenn. Damn you, Dominion. 10th First Seed. My old life is over, and my new life under the Veil has begun. It turns out the Cannon Reef himself, an honorable man named Vellano, has experienced his own doubts about his future under the Dominion. He used to be a good friend to the Queen even, but worries now the years have changed her. Vellano is a member of a group called the Veiled Heritance. They're a group of freedom fighters willing to do what has to be done. They're willing to make the hard choices and stop the spread of foreign influence on our soil. I was brought up out of that cellar below Ayrenn thinking I was going to do hard labor. Instead, I found a new family. Vellano said he knew all about my problems, even knew that I'd been taken by a Dominion recruiter, said that he was willing to help, and help me help myself. And I will. If you enjoy audiobooks like these, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want another one, there is one on the screen right now. And with that, I hope you hear me next time.